you probably wouldn't think this is a battle maybe for two teams that might be top 4 at the next major, but right now it kind of feels that way, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, since the last major, Toronto's trending the right way. You know, they probably want that Sunday to go a little bit better after beating Thieves, but outside of the forfeit, you have beaten FaZe and Thieves in a game 5. It's like you're finally getting those big victories under your belt. So it's just now, can you carry it forward? But it feels like they are peaking.
Yeah, and with Ultra, I mean, you just take a look at this past weekend. I was working on the desk and just said, like, after the forfeit and all the stuff going on social with them, like, they need to come in, just focus on the gameplay, focus on getting it done, get over maybe like the mental hurdle. And yeah, whatever Thieves was absolutely terrific. And now, can they handle business again? Maybe this isn't the test they thought it was going to be. Heretics so improved with Super in the lineup, but we get right to the vault, we get right to the battle. So we now look over to the P2 rotation. We've seen impressive performances from both these teams on this particular map, but so far so good for Ultra as you have that early 27-0 advantage. But now let's pay attention to the big fights here. In rotation, Real's going to get picked, really the only one in the spot, so Ultra is going to get in, and Miami still battling for their first point. Yeah,
Metals is in the back. He's just going to have to try to play his life. Doing it well so far, just finessing, maybe buy some space for his team. Because now you have a 3 versus 4 near the front of the hill, but you are here on a great slide out of Rencore. He's going to find 2 somehow, so he's going to play his life. You're making this messy if you are Miami. Now, I think you'll take that all day, considering you don't have the spawns. But yet, it's just always one more play in their life. First, it was Metals. This time, it was Rencore behind a good couple of kills. They're earning time, but here comes Kleenex.
Well, Kleenex gets there, but not able to do too much. Maybe a little bit staggered on the pushes. Ultra keeping it one body towards it. Is Miami. Once down about 35 or so to 0. Now close to tying this game up. It'll be Mixy towards the end of it. First on rotation, it'll be Super kind of set up our side. Looking to make the play for the Ultra team will be at number 5. And Beans that's maybe looking for the opening. Try to get team shots, I think, get with Insight to maybe pick him out of Art. It looks like they're actually able to do that. So they'll kill the Heretics member out of Art. They'll get control of P3. You've got them spawning out ammo, and this is ideal for Ultra early.
I mean, Rencore never died. We literally saw him slide into that P2 and somehow did a 2-piece. He's played his life the entire time. He's on 7. I imagine he has a Hellstorm by now. 31 seconds. So yet somehow this guy, it looked like he was going to get traded out for sure. Never does. Well, goes on this big spree.
Only real downside is you're on that spree, but the rest of the team died. You've been pinned out this side with all the time going to Ultra. So good news, you get a streak, what that's going to turn into. Bad news, at least early in this point, is you weren't really racking up any time. But now you're able to get into the P3 lane. Bring this back to around a tie game, maybe get a lead change in your favor, but Ultra do have the setup they want, at least this early in the P4, or about to be the P4. We'll see what Heretics can do with the opening push, as they'll try to push in, try to maybe get a flip. There's one pick. That can be all it takes sometimes. Metals is able to get an opener. Can you follow up behind that? He's traded out. Nothing else comes off of it. They're still hunting and trying to get the player inside of Art. They're finally able to shut down Beans, and now comes their next push.
Yeah, trying to just take their time. They did block spawns for a moment. You're going to see Beans is going to spawn out as well. So numbers-wise, you're kind of even right now. Well, now you have the advantage, absolutely. That player in the hill, that's going to be inside. He's going to get off, try to just play his life up top, and well, he does it wonderfully. Able to find the double, takes down Super and Metals. His teammates are here now hunting the final one. You almost get the break if you were Miami, but Inside plays his life.
Yeah, so close to happening, but this will end up being nearly perfect for Ultra. Yeah, time was white for a little bit, but not much. So you'll get up, what, 40 or so? 2 players going to be spawning at Old for Heretics. Now we'll get battling out to mid-map. We'll see the second set of rotations, see who can maybe get advantage here early. For Ultra, I mean, you've got kind of, what, the setup at Old. Pushing through them was Insight, and he's going to actually spawn a teammate out that side for P2. So what you want here early if you're Ultra, but obviously a lot of time to go in the P1.
I mean, listen,
beautifully done.
Outside of the Rencore play, I mean, at P2, you have dominated this map. You take those 30 seconds away. If you even split that, if you're Ultra, you're almost up like 70 or 80. So they are playing just so well across the board. Finally, though, they did it. It's behind Rencore's double. 15-8 leading the lobby is that rookie. Gets them right back onto the hill.
Now the other side of it, Super, who's been terrific since he came in. Slow start for him at 6 and 14. Keep an eye on him as maybe he starts to warm up and come alive in this map 1. But healthy time for Heretics. See if they can do a better job maybe getting in early towards the P2 this time around. First in that position will be Insight. We're on Beans, though, for now. Inside does get 2, though, so he's cutting out players trying to flip out spawns. Big kills from inside. Beans tries to back up and reinforce that, and now the next P2. It'll be Real in the back. I mean, similar to last time in the sense he was playing back.
No, I thought Beans would have saw him right there, but he doesn't. So, yeah, he just plays all the way towards the back. It looked like he spotted him, just turns a little bit too quickly. And, well, I get it. It's that play, and then Real's going to be able to hit a nade. You still have the Hellstorm if you need it, but very similar to, last time. You still have the back spawns. Rencor, though, he's on the hill getting the time.
How long can they actually do this? Rencor went wild at the last P2. This time it's Real going wild. Hits the double nade off the spawn, able to get 2 more as he pushes on forward, chipping away at this lead once again. Enough time here to basically have a tie game through the stun. Metals still winning fights. Beautiful from him. Yeah, Kleenex will trade him out, but the damage done from Metals through the backside, and it'll still be Heretics inside of the point for now. And Super, the guys maybe need to step it up. Seeing if he can do it there, but gonna get caught out, but whatever. You'll lose the last 10 seconds. Not a big deal. Heretics are right back in this game as we're basically square.
I mean, that's just it. You got yourself back to the end with a solid P1 and P2 if you are Miami Heretics. Only down 6 now. Ultra are going to try to do what they did last time through, which is control the left side of the map. They're doing that here for P3 and P4. Just got to get them off the time as Joe Deceives controlling the middle. Rencor all over the map, all over the objective. Minute 20. When it comes to the objective time, also still with 18 kills, so he's just playing his life so well, trying to buy his team some space. So maybe they can work through middle of the map, but not gonna happen. As Joe Deceives Kleenex, the duo finds 3.
Super hoping to get tags in, maybe set up his teammates to push forward. Joe Deceives now up to 5 in a row, 17. Make it 18 and 15 for him. Pretty close. Turning a Hellstorm as well. See if you actually stay up to earn that, though.
Yeah, I think the good thing for him is everybody from Miami went left. Because I mean, Metals gets down. He was trying to cross towards P4, but he gets spotted. So it's like, while he was earning this time, finding his kills, there it is, another Hellstorm on the map. We'll see when these come into play, but there you can see last P4 points, 47-0. This one, I mean, you have so much map control if you are Ultra. You can't ask for much more.
We've had so many vaults like this. It's like a tale of 2 halves. Like one team dominates like 1 and 2, one team better at 3 and 4. And just who makes the play late is what it seems to be. But here comes one of the Hellstorms in. It'll be Rancor that's going to call it in first and hope to get a break. Everyone just going to tuck away inside. You do get a kill during that if you're Super, and maybe it leads to something. Toronto, though, still holding. They've been perfect in the P4 and looking to remain perfect. Let's go to Elicited with Toronto Ultra.
Stay up. I have him twice. There's one close up, scaff door. Close up, scaff door.
One in, bro. Okay.
No, back door now.
Back scaff, Jimmy. One back door.
And front.
You went back on you, okay?
So I mean, I'm still one scaff a week.
It's good.
Good old. Super
I'm
and
trying to get right, yeah. Could be dubs.
One step down.
Mine,
One
one shot.
okay, I'm on
That's
left.
alright.
He's on a G.
One bullet, B is D.
Ready,
The whole
Sam.
time.
Yes, D went
Okay,
default.
one scaff door, one's ready. Go,
Okay,
go,
okay,
plans.
I'm getting off, bro.
I'll get cap.
Absolute. One more in open.
Cat says real. Hold on, I'm going right. Give me a second.
Super stick that open, Joe.
Okay, one single.
Let him count.
Play lobby, you're good.
Come, middle, come. Can I talk to me?
Outside time.
Plans in time.
I'm dead. Plants to me.
Can you just stay up?
I'm trying. Plants one double.
Oh, it's probably 2, one could be
Close, one shot. They're open. They're free towards time.
One shot, cat bar.
Mid open.
Mid-side town.
He's open side.
Mid-side
time.
town.
I'm
Plants.
right.
No one plants. I'm looking cat. Yo, our close on him once.
Man, come right now.
There's 2 things there.
Close, there's laying con.
Opening that.
Still con.
We went right.
Pick it up. I'm challenging.
Open next. I'll get cat. Jam one shot. Keep trying my house.
Yo, we'll come together, Smoke.
Coming.
Let's go, come.
Plants as well.
Coming.
One more top cap. Look cap.
Nice shot. Back up.
I'll back up.
Round was cat.
That's time for a sec.
I'm looking left. I'm a clear
That'd be
right.
over. Just down
No
there.
one left.
Nothing showing you right.
Two cap.
You got me.
Give me a sec. I'll pinch your low pool. One's on the right.
Next one. Get up, cat. Pick up the right. I'm single arm right now. I see that's on the right.
Cat steps up.
Single, 3 left, boys. Hold on, I have front time.
He's hit front turn.
Down dead. Push okay in weak, one out palms.
Done that.
One lobby.
I'm a shoot. Give me a second.
Palms, one
I'm waiting
shot.
for them to I'm wait. Palm one. I'm shaking now. It's shaking now. Alright, listen, there is... They just line out back.
House, inside house.
Listen, yeah, one front house, one back to 2. I can't. Zap shot, Tom. Got one. Why, one off one.
Time.
The second Hellstorm comes into play, but it's not going to lead to anything. I think right when he calls it, they're 2 dead. all the kills go the way of Heretics throughout that. So as good as that listed in was for Ultra at the most, or at least the communication I thought was solid. The ones making the plays, Heretics here late.
I mean, dude, these P2s have been a nightmare for Ultra.
Yeah.
They really have. They've controlled spawns every single time. It just hasn't mattered at all. They are just flooding the front. They're controlling palms. This guy is over 2 minutes in the hill. A majority of it coming from this P2. It has kept them in this game and is now giving them the lead. Great stuff out of Heretics here at P2.
I swear, like P2, I don't know if we can call it a type of money hill anymore. Like later in the year we get, I swear, bro, it is just so mixy. But 210 now up for Heretics and control of the P3, but where Ultra have been close to perfect has been that late P3 into P4. They've done such a good job, and they're going to need to do it here. The difference is going to be just due to the scoreboard for Heretics to apply more pressure to Ultra to make plays around P3. Maybe an opening for Heretics to get through.
Yeah, last time through as well at P4, the big difference was that Hellstorm, right? That gave Heretics the space to kind of find that break, at least split up some of that time. But there you kind of see what Heretics is doing, what you talked about, just putting pressure on the objective. Now you have to come towards us. Are you going to give up this 15? They might, right? You can't win it here. We can win at P4, so it is going to be a full lockdown play. We are going to try to just survive right now over towards our side, not let anyone through. Everybody pull out the ARs. That's exactly what's happened, but Metals maybe with the play. He's able to sneak down through, finds the first. What else can he get here? They allow his teammates to maybe make something happen? No, but the AR is going to hit for Ultra. They're playing this rotation again.
Yeah, I mean, Heretics, they had to commit either to the P3 time or commit to the flip.
It's Rencor. He's able to get behind.
But Rancor with the slip, and there's the opening, just a crack in the back line. At least both times you're only able to give up one kill. You only allow one kill to Rancor, one kill to Metals. Beans now answering with a double of his own. Super. Fighting through towards Art, winning a gunfight towards the front of the hardpoint. It's going to be number 3. That's Rancor. I thought maybe applying pressure to it, but it's big gunfight wins again at the point for Ultra. Silver lining right now for Heretics. Ultra can't win it here. Neither team can now win it here. We're going to see another rotation into the P1 as the battle, the madness continues at P4.
Yeah, I mean, we're just going to see here now who's going to recognize that, right? So you're going to see number 1 in Metals. He's going to go on a route. Real's going to try to get there, but already in position will be CleanX. Inside actually goes underground. So middle and P1's open. Heretics are going to take, but they're going to be ready for this. Inside with the long route down low. He's able to find one, but is that enough? Well, might not matter because CleanX and Beans say, we got your back, buddy.
Here we go. Back to work is CleanX. 240, 240 now the score line. 10 points needed for either team. One more break opportunity for Heretics, but Joe Deceives not wanting to give any opening. This will be the final burst, the final push, and they're not going to touch it. Ultra lock it down.
For the P4s, but really they just cash in so much from the front. I'm playing, we're going to take it.
Well, able to avoid the utility, get in, get the plant. Planner going to drop almost instantly. The retake alive and well for Heretics. 3v2 advantage, and they're out and hunting. Real trying to look for the next. Not able to win the gunfight. 1 versus 1. Metals. CleanX. 25 on the clock, and CleanX able to dip away.
Yeah, 20 seconds. He knows he has to check their ticks. And the reason we haven't seen yes, we've seen some A, but the retake success for a lot of teams on defense over towards A has been good enough where I think teams sort of stay away from it unless they have to switch it up. So Miami, they're going to go towards B. You have the man advantage. No bomb planted yet, but they're going to stay patient still a minute.
Yeah, I mean, they have numbers while they're not planning. The second they're planning, they don't. So trying to find the right timing. We'll see when Metals opts to work it through, just playing for a little bit of information or maybe one more kill before they think about the objective. The fact is they got the luxury of time. Still 45 to go, but it gets quiet. So now they're thinking plant. It's going to be a 2v3 retake for Ultra now. Joe Deceives and CleanX will try to get this done. Can they get one clean and get away and turn this into a 2 versus 2? Tags in for Metals. Waiting for Joe Deceives to take the route. Maybe he'll find an opening, but holding that, you can see just on the other side there for Metals with the Rancor.
Yeah, it's really on Joe. That's what CleanX is waiting for it. There we go. Metals, though, nice awareness. Ready for the slide. 2 versus 1, 20 seconds.
CleanX has got to go over towards A. Much more of a presence here for Heretics. They're not playing the retake. They're playing the let's just stop the plant. As they hit it, CleanX, the hero kind of the round 1 offense, is going to be blooded. So you will not have numbers advantage this time around.
They're looking to go as well. They are going to back up, so there's the info. Maybe you keep Real here, maybe to just shoulder. Nope, they're going to go as a 4-man wolf pack all the way back towards B.
Oh, well, I take that back. I guess technically Miami did get the first blood right in that first round because bomb carrier got picked. So maybe Ultra can pull off the 3 versus 4. Difference is you didn't actually get the bomb planted. We'll see if that's the case. They might be able to do a 3v4 hold like they did on the opposite site. Maybe. Even more manageable here. Shoda Siebes gets the plant this time with his life. This time opportunity to make the play, but he's going to peek and get a lot of info for his squad. The one person maybe taking a different route will be Real on the Heretics side as he's lurking mid.
He still gets
Nice
it.
win.
It's 2.
Okay, was 2 going to be enough? It's all going to be insight now. 1 versus 2. I thought that was going to be another just Joe Deceives triple. Like he just pops him in search and destroy. Guy picks a corner and fries. Insight.
Timing.
He's got the info. Knock, knock. Insight's here. There's 1. Oh, he has to reload, so he's just going to go ahead and dip. That's all he had to do. That's all he had to do. Simply not enough time. Yeah. Well, that doesn't help their chances in this. As a team nade. Well, not really a team nade. I think a teammate with naded hand gets naded by Ultra and leads to a team kill. Now they have to do, well, what Ultra has managed to do twice. Pull off a 3 versus 4 from the offensive side. I think Metals' toes getting clipped. How do you play this? I mean, the good thing for Ultra is, I mean, they were at least in the 3-4 still able to get bombed down on the opposite side. Metal's going to slide forward. Nice little snap onto a weak player there. Maybe a multi-kill similar to what we saw Joe Deceives do is going to be the play here. Yes, it is. Metal's taking over. Will be Ultra, but Rinko's POV deep for a second. Car's exploding, but Joe Deceives staying up. He's weak, but he is still up. First blood now for CleanX. Second blood to CleanX. Massive advantage now for Ultra. You got bomb planted. You've got massive numbers to work with. I don't know how you pull this off if you're Heretics, but CleanX is thinking ace, but not going to be able to happen because that quick pressure. Over towards B. Real going to fly out and just get a
They
pick.
expect Beans there, though? Do they know he's there? No, they do not. He's able to find 1, though. Metals is there for the trade. That could have been even worse, but we're into a 2 versus 2.
As CleanX gets 1, this makes things far more interesting. Bomb's going to be down on it, and the wall bait comes through. CleanX can't get away. Beautiful from the super subs. I was going to say super subs. Rancor and super. The new guys.
The super
the team,
ARs.
the super rookies. There's a defense still looking to get the stop. Well, the nades combo and CleanX not able to make a play.
May not matter, though.
From the small room like he did in the round 1. This time he's going to get shut down, but
Yeah.
how do Ultra win offenses, Joe?
Yeah, 3v4.
Yep, that's how they do it.
This time, though, they're going to push through. They're not going to play all the way back to their spawn. But bomb will be planted. And we're going to do it again.
Obviously, it's not going to be Joe Deceives that can make a play from the same spot as they're pushing through from the other side. Now it's going to be a 2 versus 4 they've got to do. You get a pick, you slow it down, you spread the map if you're Heretics. Allow Real to take a route, but taking the route behind him is going to be Joe Deceives. Unfortunately, Real gets the kill before he gets in position. Otherwise, maybe you're able to win this, but the fact he gets a kill...
You still have Real lurking, so it's a Real versus Beans, a one-on-one. Beans is going to win it. He's like, I'm going to read that all day. And well, this is just going to waste their time. This RC jar.
You just got to think about the plan now. Only 20 seconds to go. We've got to get this thing down. Going for it is Metals, but coming through is CleanX. He doesn't finish either of them. He gets damaged to both, but they're able to stay up. Suddenly, though, it's going to be Rancor by himself. Bomb has not been planted. Rancor's got to go and chow. We get back to a tie game, and Beans continues to rip and roar. Opener there with the nade. Metals, though, is going to bring it back, and that's the bomb planter. After the nade first blood, everything falls apart. Insight suddenly lasts alive at a 1 versus 3. What goes wrong there?
I mean, they just continue to challenge this A Street. I mean, you have all 4 players from Miami here. Well, 1 player is middle of the map. But, I mean, yeah, they're just thinking we're going to brute force through this, and instead they don't. Real is there behind the car in a position to find the double. So, yeah, it's just they continue to fight this A-bomb no matter what. And, well, it really hasn't worked out, especially...
Car out. Plank going in.
Metal's just holding it. He's like, I'm getting this down no matter what.
Can he get out of here and tuck away in the corner? He is able to stay alive. Teammates will have the crossfire for him. Might be on him to make the play, though. And, well, he's going to get picked for the window, I think, so he's going to drop. Everything falling apart. CleanX putting the wiggles in as he's able to snap onto 1.
There's the
CleanX.
triple.
Well, now they definitely do. 4v4, bomb planted, round 11. Here we go for the map. Super, the first blood. Miami have dominated the first blood, so they're looking to keep it going here. Beans can't finish the kill. They slide out, and Chow now to Joe Deceives. Can he be the hero for them again? Not going to win that gunfight with him on the heady, and now it's all on Kleenex. He's on 11. 20 seconds to go. Real.
Advantage.
No, we went from thinking it was like a freebie for Beans and get an opening offensive round. So Joe Deceives taking a route underneath to start things off, but they already lose Kleenex. The route from Joe Deceives is going to pay off. Doesn't lead to too much more, but they've got a body on the point working towards that first tick.
Yeah, have man advantage. They're working the objective. They continue to have man advantages. Now inside trying to get involved. Metals is down low. Just going to try to bunny hop on through, and that's a big kill, I think, from Real, because that's going to open up line. But Catwalk shut down by Joe. So it's like every time you think it kind of evens on out. Ultra just aren't losing the initial gunfights as Beans and Joe 5 in a row. Almost number 6, but Metals will find 2, but is it too late?
Not too late yet. Still need one more tick. Heretics break in. We'll milk this clock down a little bit lower, and now Ultra have to look for another opening. Going the long way around will be Kleenex, but that gets picked up. Beautiful job there from Real to make sure nothing going to be open. It's 2 drop though, Ultra. Looking to battle back onto the point. There's 2 players there remaining, and they're both holding down. Beans can't get through on the backside, and well, you're in like a 2v4 for a moment, and Heretics are able to hold the line. So still, no pressure on this final tick over at A. Another multi-kill for the Heretics side, and suddenly what looks so good for Ultra. You've got life advantage if you're Heretics. There's only 20 seconds remaining on the clock. After the break back in onto the point, they have shut it down, and you are just in hell right now if you're Ultra. You've got to break out of spawn and somehow get back onto the point quickly.
That all started with Real, right? I mean, he finally is able to find that 2-piece to give them mid-map control, and they haven't been able to crack down through, as you said. So great recovery so far for Heretics, but sometimes you get a last-second play, at least to get A. Not gonna happen. Super ends up.
He gets through that round probably, well, at least the minute extension comes in for Ultra. It's Super. Lovely shots. He's on 6 straight.
A little B hit to start it. Well, they're gonna find the first 2 kills. There's the third, but Kleenex says, yeah, I don't really care. This entire time though, Real's been hitting a route. But due to the spawns, Beans is gonna turn around. So 6 and 7 spawn down low. That just gives them the heads up of, and well, they know the player that Real is. He's gonna hit the flank. Great communication right there from Ultra coming on through.
The comms seem to be on point, and so far, so is the defense. Heretics taking a second now to progressively layer the map and set up their next push. They'll go 2 for 1 in those string of gunfights. And now bring the pressure onto it. Metals, he gets a multi-kill there, and the point's wide open, but he'll get the damage in, stay up, and Rancor will be able to finish it off. He's gonna try and back up and stay up as well. Control. The ability to play your life so important for this mode, and Heretics doing a great job of it there, and that's gonna be the first tick of progress now through.
Yeah, they don't have catch control though, so that's where the retake is gonna start from. Inside goes on a route, Inside finds his second with the sub. That's gonna be 3. And just like last time, it looks like that attacking team maybe gonna get that 8-point done or pretty darn close, but not even the second take through for Miami.
It's just, it feels like you just need sometimes like a 3 and 4 down and a stack. It's just, there are so many places to retake from, but if it's like staggered at all, like from both sides, like there's just so much to pick up. You only have like 2 players in the point. You're spinning around doing 360. You gotta be an owl, eyes in the back of your head, trying to pick everything up.
Yeah, I mean, Inside just wins cat control, right? So then you also lose high ground. That turns into a 5 spree for Kleenex. Inside's still alive. 1 player able to get on a B. That's going to be Real, just kind of waiting for his teammates. The problem is his teammates get spawned out poolside, so they're not even going to get there over towards A. So they...
My opinion while I'm doing the commentary, but wow. 5 straight for Inside. And an opener there for Joe Deceives. Streak for Inside quickly silenced. We were checking his POV for a moment to see if he could put something into that, but you win that break. Heretics are able to do that, so it gets tough for Ultra early on. Right off a spawn, though, Joe Deceives, he was the one that kind of stayed up, and I kind of found the route through the back to allow his teammates to get in through the front.
I don't know how he won that gunfight.
Neither do I.
He wasn't even 1 HP, or like full HP, all the way up to 100. But his kill allows his teammates now to layer the map, and now they're in.
And that's kind of that 3-down scenario. This is where you have to get your progress. You've got to get it now. Can you break in again? Can Heretics do it and stop the third tick and then shut the door, or does a minute extension come through? Looks like it's through. Okay, so this time Ultra able to do it. 2 minutes now on the clock, 4 life advantage. Great stuff on offense. I mean, honestly, it looks pretty similar to last time. This time they just didn't allow the retake. Maybe got the stack in a little bit more quickly.
Yeah, Joe was able to play his life inside of that cat room.
And I don't know if they ever got like as clean of a 3-down as that.
Yeah, it just all kind of started with Joe finding that one kill. And well, now this time it might be inside. He has been so good with the Jackal on this map. Now up to 6 in a row. Trying to find number 7. Pistol out. Good luck with that gunfight. But hey, you have the life advantage still. 90 seconds to work with.
Yeah, that gunfight did not look fun at all, but a big spree there from Insight. Still a lot of work to do. The route defensively, Rancor will take it. He will, he'll not get any kills actually. He'll get shut down as he took the long poolside route, similar to what you're seeing number 4 do in Super. As his teammates continue to control the B-side street, wrapping through will be Metals. That's kind of flank on him. We'll see CleanX's POV for now. Metals will get picked up. So far, Ultra's doing a good job of kind of picking up that pinch player. Because Heretics over and over again sending a body. It's going to be Super on a route this time.
Yeah, it's just sooner or later that time you're gonna start to tick. Yeah, so Joe's thinking what I'm thinking. He's just gonna start to try to pause the clock. Just yes, they have life advantage, but it may not matter. But behind them was Super, goes on that long route, takes top ammo, and this is when this B point gets so difficult. When you don't have ammo control because you're just gonna spawn out pool. You also just have height elevation over towards B.
It's just so hard with everything going on, just always picking up the timing with it. They did it, I think they picked up like 3 times straight, but finally somebody got through, and
here we go.
Uh-oh. You drop Super. You win 2 on the front side of it as well, and now you've got a body on the point. Beans maybe wants to get that gunfight back, but CleanX is pushed up outside of Art. First tick of progress done, and even if you don't win the round, which you might behind CleanX's double, you're taking a massive advantage when it comes to the tick department, and they're just cutting them down. No opening for Heretics to get through. The crossfire setup is in. One little sliver to go, and Ultra take the offense. If you're that route guy in Super, that your teammates win those fights, and then it's not as big of a deal, but that stretch from Ultra, everything they needed to get the stack in and take control of it. CleanX, a double on one side, Rancor, a double on the other. As the battle continues on A, now Heretics, they've got to win an offense. See if they can muster something up.
Yeah, they're looking for that 3 or 4 dead. Joe's not going to give them that, though. He's just going to play his life. Not over Pete, not over Chow. Wait for his teammates. Then behind the first pick from CleanX, they're going to go. There's 3 dead for Heretics. Real's hoping to find some. He's going to find absolutely nothing.
And just look at the map control they've got for Ultra right now. Like, they are getting so pushed up, just spawning them out pull. Such a tough battle back in for Heretics. Guessing where Ultra players are at this point. A little game of ring around the rosy, I think, over towards ammo as well, as that's CleanX and Rancor that are hunting each other down. They're able to win that and also get a kill out towards pool, so starting to push up onto B now. They're just going to take B-side control and see if they can get progress there. They've got a chance to get a couple bodies on this, or do they? Because the car is also working in Ultra's favor. And just as I thought, maybe an opening for Heretics, it gets shut down behind 3 from Ultra. Just under 30 seconds to go.
Yeah, Metals is just like trying to get towards his teammates towards B. Isn't thinking there's going to be a player bottom vault, but Inside was just lurching there. But that's going to be 4 dead.
All right.
Right off a spawn, they did all 4. They have to commit to a zone, and well, it's going to be the A zone, of course. Trying to get it done, though. You will have a retake attempt if you are Ultra, but you have to go quickly.
I don't even know if I say don't bother retaking it. Don't bother. There's no reason. You just need to win this round. Give him a minute extension and lock him in. They still have to do the hard part. What's the way that falls apart? I actually love that from Ultra. Well, how's it fall apart, Joe?
Yeah,
you're trying to retake it, you get smoked. Yeah. You get 4 dead, and suddenly you have no map control. Instead, just make sure you have B-side street. They locked him in. They literally set up like a rhombus around him, bro. Trapezoid. I'm just making up shapes. Locked him in.
They locked him in.
And now you're going to need, well, another kind of 3-4 down scenario if you're really going to...
They call it that, the rhombus strat?
Maybe. For some reason, whenever I want to say a shape, it's not like a square or a circle or like a rectangle, a normal one. It's like trapezoid or rhombus. But I couldn't tell you why, Joe. Could not tell you why. Well, unfortunately, the 3 dead's going to go the way of Ultra, so Heretics in a lot of trouble. 8 lives remaining, 30 seconds to go. And he might get staggered here. Super can't get out. It'll be a couple straight there from Insight. They've been dominant on defense, and they had 1 good offensive burst. This is really all you needed to take the control, barring some kind of miracle here from Heretics. They're going to do it with no lives remaining, 4 versus 10. problem is you still have one behind your front line in Kleenex. And you're getting cut down on the other side. Even if Super wins this, and he should get flanked here instantly from Kleenex. Him and Bean.
Playing his best BO6 since stage 1. I think
With my speech, I swear. Yeah, I'm good now. Good now. Just old. Rand's gotta wake up, dude. Rancor, though, he's right into it. And so is Heretics. They find everything early in the kills column and right onto the early P1 control, and allows Real to get pushed up, but pushed up and buried behind the crisp shots of Insight. For Heretics, you gotta win this if you're gonna get to a map 5 and stay undefeated. And on Ultra's minds, they're thinking the same thing, like, we're undefeated. Yeah. That's how they're viewing it, I'm sure.
yeah, trying to stay dominant in hardpoint throughout this stage. As Real just playing his life. You're starting to earn some time, but not for long. Great movement out of Real, staying alive with 2 HP as AR is looking over him. Good stuff there. This will get him right around 30 points off of P1. On rotation, you're gonna have Super playing around Plat, and Metal's just kind of lurking right now. I think he's playing down, no, he's up top mid with him, so maybe he's gonna try to find a flank all the way through. It looks like he'll find Insight.
Go to Siebes getting kills and getting time to dive back to just stay up. He gets a little bit of help from his teammate. One above him, one behind him. Joe Deceives, multi-kill demon. It's Rancor. It's funny, this is another crazy Rancor spree. And it's like all the time was going to Ultra, but yeah, behind that, it seems like eventually they're able to battle back through, as he's already out to 7. And now all the hardpoint control in the world for Heretics, with still 30 seconds to earn, and outside the Kleenex nade, that feed is all Heretics wiping Ultra clean off the board.
Yeah, at
and
the right
flip.
time. Exactly, yeah. 25 seconds, they get forward now to set themselves up to combine this with the P3. Ultra, what do they want to do here? Looks like they're going to try to fight through the time. There's just too many bodies, or is there? Insight and Kleenex will find 2. Rest of the scrap going to go their way. And, well, this could get a little dicey for Heretics. You see, Real and Super are going to spawn out, so it's not as clean as you would like. In terms of after that 4 dead, and yeah, you see Joe Deceive spawns up, but he doesn't win the gunfight because Rancor is there. And another, he's 11-2.
Dude, he is absolutely frying. 4 straight and 5 straight earlier, finding his kill in volleys. And now we'll get the objective work done as well. I mean, listen, you can rotate all you want, you can make the right play all you want. Right now, Ultras need to start winning some gunfights. I mean, they're getting cooked. They're getting absolutely cooked. I mean, you're 2 Beans is 2-9, 3-7 for Insight.
How many full Heretics feeds have we had already?
Right?
It's like the 3rd or the 4th one.
It looks so good with the orange and white too. When it's like completely, it looks great.
There's another spawn. Joe does spawn behind them, but that's because you rotated already to P4. I mean, this has a chance to get ugly.
Well, it kind of feels like, I mean, Ultra's opportunities early in the vault, right? Like, they had their chances to really put them away. They did. I mean, I know they ultimately won the map, but there were opportunities to really go up massive. Heretics, same chance here. Wait, a money hill of all money hills. Up, and you're okay. So what, you're up 50 with 50 to go on this? Yeah, I mean, they should be up 100 after this. And is the comeback doable? Sure. But it is not going to be easy. They're going to lose 1 player, maybe an opening through the front door. That's the PC car taking out 1. The break seems to be in, even if they get busted out of this. Still, you've disrupted a good amount of this time now. I think you needed that if you were Ultra.
No, I mean, huge win there. Great break, and yeah, you get a little help there from the explosive. That finds you a kill. But yeah, you just get picked apart. Great damage from inside. He was able to find that first pick, kind of backs up Rancor. Rancor does have a Hellstorm, though, so they might play a little greedy towards the rest of the scrap time, but you did have Metals already set up at P1, and now you're starting to get going if you are Ultra. Only down 30.
Look at Rancor versus the rest of the lobby, bro. 17-6, dude. Just frying. I mean, Beans has 6, and that's like his counterpart. That was our map 4 matchup that we showed before this, and it's not really a matchup at the moment. Well, the scoreline it is, but not that particular scenario. But you gotta see, does Beans get hot? Does Rancor slow down? Metals with a teardrop, and now continue to fight on the point. Unfortunately, can't get it done with the gunny. Rancor is gonna drop as well. And despite the early slang struggles, despite the early hole you're in, you're the P1 time here from a tie game or lead change.
Well, I was just saying that Hellstorm, but you're going to call this in now with 20 seconds. I think you take that all day if you're Ultra. And they're not even on the hill yet. Kleenex finds a kill, so
What the?
that turns into nothing.
Is that sort of hitting the panic button? Like things are unraveling, our leads disappearing? Like,
Well, it's just a question of where else are you really going to use it, right? It's always sort of this P1, but they didn't use it earlier in the time. There was always only one player left from Ultra that held the line. They do it again, and they're right back in the game.
sometimes it's like the streak's great, but finding the opportune moment to use it is the hard part, yeah. So what, 10 points now between them after the hot start from Heretics. 10-point banger in the map one, maybe. Gonna be a wild one here. It was a terrific break from Heretics last time that set up a ton of time for them here. Remember, late in the hard point, they got the 4-man down and got the flip. That's sort of where the run started for Heretics, despite being perfect in the P1. that's where the run started for me, was that kind of that P2 breaking forward. But still battling through the front. Ultra are doing it. They're getting the time. They're getting the spawns, not allowing Heretics to dictate this thing for now.
Yeah, now a chance for kind of Ultra. Where's your opening here if you are going to be Miami? Real's going to take the route. You're going to try to pick this up, and you do. What a shot punch out of Beans. That was maybe your one chance to get across the map before P3 pops up. Can they do a better job at this? Already starting to do so. And now they have the lead. What a comeback here from Ultra.
Well, yeah, I sort of said, well, Beans turn around a bit, right? Like, starts double negative, really slow one. He has started to. Battling back towards even, making some big plays on the rotation. Now sub in hand, doing it through the point.
Metals is through.
He's going to have something to work with, and Beans, he's awake now. 15 and 16, 4 straight. Player got through for Heretics, as you mentioned, but hasn't led to anything yet. They're able to deal with Super, not allow him to be elusive. He's still got Benjamin Beans. Inside on 4 straight. Beautiful there from Beans. Get it up to 5. What a turnaround this has been for him.
Yeah, that one. Now when you rotate to P4.
What a turnaround this has been for him. Unreal.
Well, now he's got the Hellstorm, so they can play extra greedy on this P4. But yeah, they just have done a much better job in Heretics in sort of their areas where they've had the advantage. It's turned in a lot more time. Heretics, though, know how important this P4 is. Going to try to lock this down. This gets them right back in the game.
I think Beans was like 6 and 12, and they were down 60. He goes like 12 and 4 after that. Look at the scoreline now. Like, starts to go nuts. Gets them a big advantage, and I mean, the good thing about that run you got, if you lose this, it's not the end of the world. Yep. I mean, you were down big, now you've got this lead, this cushion, you basically beat a tie game. A break here would be incredible, obviously, but you did so good from 2 to 3. Not the end of the world if you give up this time. And it
Inside gets 2, though. That's to be 3 dead. Inside somehow gets a double. This should lead to a break. And now, well, half the time. And again, you can hold all 25 seconds due to that Hellstorm that Beans is able to
get. He's in the corner. He's in the corner. Okay. I thought he might have gotten both, but how that worked out. They funnel into Insight for a moment. Yeah, you still have the streak. And what they break in with about 25 seconds left, so you get 25. That's big time considering where you're at if you're Ultra. Let's get to the next P1. The streak didn't work out for Heretics on the P1. Will it work out for Ultra? Beans is the one with it. He just died. I'm thinking maybe when he spawns in, he'll use it. But the fact is, everybody just dropped. Outside Joe Deceives. So wait for everybody to come off spawn and now call it in. And maybe Joe Deceives, the one play, his 2 kills, going to allow him to remain over towards the P2. Maybe he's going to find an opening. The streak will get 1. That's an opening onto the hard point. In go Ultra. They get more out of the streak, and they're looking to close out the map. Can't quite do it on this hard point, but they can get damn close.
Yeah, they've just done such a better job when they've had map control and sort of taking the advantages that they've had. And now your stars are waking up. It's Beans, and now it's Joe Deceives on 5 in a row, locking down this side of the map.
Remember, he was the last guy up when they went 3 dead. He stayed up, turns that into 5 in a row. You still have to close it out in this Heretics team. Lord knows they can hit another gear. They'll get the rest of this time. They've already got the rotation over towards the P2, but Beans is going to get a pick over there. They get the early setup of the P2. You think they can close this out? They've got exactly that. Beans up to 24 and 21. What a map turnaround for him and, well, several players.
Yeah, now look at Rencore. 26 and 21. He is caught up.
I mean, it's literally, I was like, that's what needs to happen, and that's exactly what has happened. Rencore slows down. Beans heats up. 7 points needed for Ultra. A break there for Heretics, enough to keep them alive, at least a little bit deeper into this hard point, but will often say they're going to need perfection, and while this is definitely one of those situations, they're going to need it.
Yeah, I mean, you can get it done, but you just don't have mid-map control. You would have to trap them in. They're going to have to fight from the hill. Not going to happen. Kleenex is there to find the double. Metal is just trying to sprint across the map. Gets there for a second. Numbers too strong. Even if they lose the rest of this, they have spawns for P3.
Yeah, we might get to the P3. We'll see. They're still sending bodies at this. But the fact they only need 3 points, yeah, someone's going to have to slip through, or Heretics have to get some kind of insane spawn to help them out. P4, P3 about to pop. They're in it. And they'll win it. Ultra. Oh!
Yeah,
there we go. Called a second early, but Ultra.
At all. And yeah, they're